The Supreme Court has reserved its judgment on Labour Party candidate Peter Obi's appeal of the February 25 presidential elections outcome. A 7-man panel of the Apex Court, led by Justice Inyang Okoro, okayed the matter for judgment after all the parties adopted their briefs of argument. Peter Obi and the Labour Party, through their lawyers, led by Levi Uzoku, a senior advocate of Nigeria, urged the court to uphold the appeal and set aside the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Court, which dismissed their petition. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), President Bola Tinubu and the All Progressives Congress, through their respective lawyers, asked the court to dismiss the appeal for lack of merit. Obi, who came third in the election, had in his 51 grounds of appeal maintained that the Presidential Election Petition Court panel erred in law and reached a wrong conclusion when it dismissed his petition. He alleged that the panel wrongly evaluated the proof of evidence he adduced before it and occasioned a grave miscarriage of justice when it held that he did not specify the polling units where irregularities occurred during the election. Peter Obi and the LP further faulted the PEPC for dismissing their case on the premise that they did not specify the figures of votes or scores that were allegedly suppressed or inflated in favor of President Tinubu and the APC. They accused the Justice Haruna Samani-led PEPC panel of erring in law when it relied on paragraphs 4(1)(d), 2, and 54 of the first schedule to the Electoral Act 2022 to strike out sections of the petition. While accusing the lower court of breaching his right to fair hearing, Obi insisted that evidence of his witnesses were wrongly dismissed as incompetent. He told the Apex Court that the panel unjustly dismissed his allegation that INEC uploaded 18,088 blood results on its IREF portal. More so, Obi alleged that the lower court ignored his allegation that the certified true copies of documents that INEC issued to his legal team comprised 18,123 blood results that contained blank A4 papers, pictures and images of unknown persons purporting to be the CTC of polling units result of the presidential election. The learned justices of the court below erred in law and occasioned a miscarriage of justice when they held and concluded that he failed to establish the allegation of corrupt practices and overvoting, Obi added. He said it was wrong for the lower court to rely on the legal principle of estoppel to dismiss his contention that INEC bypassed its own regulations when it refused to electronically transmit the election results from polling units to the IREF. The petitioners adduced credible and substantial evidence, both oral and documentary, that proved the respondents' substantial non-compliance with the Electoral Act 2022 in the conduct of the election. The Presidential Election Petition Court overlooked the fact that the respondents failed to disprove the evidence of substantial non-compliance adduced by the petitioners. The appellant stated, adding that the panel wrongfully dismissed the issue of double nomination raised against Tinubu's Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Likewise, Obi insisted that the PEPC overlooked the evidence establishing that President Tinubu had been previously indicted and fined $460,000 in the USA for his involvement in a drug-related case. Obi further argued in his appeal that imposition of a fine is not limited to a criminal conviction, as a word in law includes a civil forfeiture. The panel said to communicate the judgment date to all the parties.